Mass trauma events as rituals. How fear-based headlines create energetic portals.
Welcome back. I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Entertainment or Ritual series where we look at Hollywood, professional sports, and the music industry to decode what is really going on. What if trauma wasn't just a consequence, but a design? Mass trauma events, school shootings, natural disasters, pandemics, terror attacks, are always portrayed as spontaneous, chaotic, and tragic. And they are. But beneath the surface, there's a hidden layer we've been trained not to see. How fear is ritualized, how emotion is harvested, and how every headline we consume becomes a form of mass participation in an unseen energetic system. Let's be clear, this video isn't about saying every traumatic event is staged. It's about asking a deeper question. How does trauma function when it's televised, synchronized, and emotionalized at scale? Because when fear spreads in real time across phones, TVs, and radios, it creates a very specific kind of field, an open, charged, hyper-emotional portal. Your nervous system goes on alert. Your body floods with cortisol. Your thoughts fragment. Your attention sharpens, but only in one direction, toward the threat. This isn't speculation. It's how the human nervous system works, and it's why mass media is the perfect conductor for emotional energy. Now add timing to the mix. Have you noticed how certain tragic events seem to happen at very strategic moments? Just before elections, right as legislation is being questioned, during energetic shifts in the collective. That's not necessarily proof of orchestration, but it does show ritual structure, timing, synchronization, focus, and repeat exposure. This is where ritual comes in. Because ritual, by definition, is a repeated, symbolic act designed to produce an energetic result. That means mass trauma coverage can function as a ritual, even if the event itself wasn't scripted. Here's how it works. The incident. An emotionally charged event explodes into collective awareness. The broadcast. Media platforms sync millions of people into the same emotional state at once. The symbols. Photos, hashtags, candlelight vigils, moment of silence graphics, all ritual objects. The focus. Emotional attention loops. Fear, despair, helplessness. Repeat coverage to anchor it in. The resolution. False relief. A public speech, a symbolic law, a temporary silence. Closure is promised, but not delivered. Sound familiar? This pattern mirrors ancient sacrificial rituals. Something, someone, is lost. The people mourn. The priest class, now the media, interprets the event. Symbols are raised. The crowd is unified. Emotion is channeled. Then a solution is offered. Rinse. Repeat. And when you zoom out, you realize this isn't just politics. It's energetic management. When thousands, millions of people feel the same emotion at the same time, you generate loosh, or emotional fuel. You create a vibrational field that becomes energetically valuable. And just like in ancient times, those who know how to use that field can redirect it toward power, influence, and control. Look at 9/11. Beyond the politics, beyond the conspiracy, what was it really? It was a collective trauma portal. Everyone remembers where they were. Everyone watched in disbelief. And in that moment of global emotional unity, the world shifted. Security became surveillance. Privacy vanished. War became normalized, all backed by the energetic fuel of grief, fear, and unity manufactured through tragedy. The same ritual logic applies to more recent events. Global pandemics, racial riots, sudden mass shootings. Each one triggers a public ritual. The offering, the lives lost, the emotional ignition, collective fear, outrage, grief. The symbol, a hashtag, a victim's face, a trending banner. The synchronization, everyone online at once, posting, reacting, focusing. The policy shift, a law, a restriction, a new norm. Now ask yourself, what happens when people stop reacting with shock and start expecting the cycle? That's when ritual becomes religion. You're no longer shocked, you're programmed. That's a dangerous place to live. Energetically, this constant cycle of trauma does something devastating. It puts the body into permanent fight or flight, but never allows release. You don't get closure, you get repetition. You become emotionally exhausted, energetically porous, and neurologically fragmented. That's not just psychological, it's spiritual warfare. And the more you absorb it passively, the more you become a conduit for someone else's system. You carry the trauma, but you never own the energy. You give it away in pieces. Through your scrolling, your watching, your sharing. And that's how trauma becomes harvested. You become the ritual. So what do? We become conscious. We start to see the cycle. When the next shocking event hits the airwaves, stop. Breathe. Observe the structure. Ask questions. Why this? Why now? Why this reaction? Recognize when your fear is being triggered. Reclaim your emotional response. Because the moment you can feel, without being manipulated, is the moment the ritual breaks. This isn't about being numb. It's about being clear. It's not about disconnecting. It's about detaching your energy from the cycle of unconscious participation. You are not just a consumer of headlines. You are a generator of power. Protect your frequency. Question the pattern. Watch the ritual. Because until you do, someone else is harvesting what you don't even realize you're giving away. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11x published author, and what you just watched was only a taste of what's inside the Truth series, where we go all the way down the rabbit hole. If you're the kind of person who's always asking bigger questions, who knows there's more to this world than what we've been told, then this is your invitation to the series that was built for you. Inside the Truth series, you'll get full access to 6 mind-blowing sub-series designed to wake up your highest intelligence and decode the matrix we live in. 1. Locate the truth. Learn how to actually research. Not just what to search, but how to verify, cross-reference, read declassified files, and protect your own mind from weaponized misinformation. This is truth-seeking, decoded. 2. The Mandela effect. Are we shifting timelines? Why do so many people remember a different past? We break down the most bizarre, undeniable examples of reality glitches and what they tell us about consciousness and control. 3. Law is magic. Law is not what you think it is. From word spells to maritime law and hidden contracts, we uncover how legal systems use language like a wand and how to stop being tricked by fine print that binds you without consent. 4. Entertainment or ritual. The Hollywood and music industries are not just for entertainment. From Super Bowl rituals to Grammy stage symbolism, we decode what's really being shown, who it serves, and why mass consciousness is the target. 5. Decoding dystopia. Ever wondered why dystopian fiction feels prophetic? In this subseries, we decode popular films and books, Hunger Games, 1984, Black Mirror, to reveal the hidden blueprints and predictive programming behind the plot. 6. MK Ultra plus mind control programs. This one gets deep. From real MK Ultra documents to modern symbolism in media, we expose how mind control operates in plain sight and how to free yourself from manipulation you didn't even know was happening. And that's just the beginning. If this resonated with you, click the links below and join us inside the Full Truth series, because the more you know, the harder you are to control. This is your awakening. We don't just ask questions, we find answers. Let's go all the way down the rabbit hole together.